Bobby, there's a new sheriff in town after removing Jerod Mayo just after 1 year of one disastrous season. New England Patriots introduced their 16th head coach, Mr. Mike Vrabel, and a lot of things are about to change. And we will dive into that in our first segment titled, There's a New Sheriff in Town. But first, let's get into opening takes. Bobby, start us off.
Bill, do it, Bill. You know you want to do it. There's no contract. You know you want to coach in the NFL. Who cares about North Carolina and their feelings and what you said you were going to do? Listen, you made a mistake, Bill. You got up in your feelings because nobody was tickling your balls to come at the time when you wanted them to, but they're coming now. There's a lot of tasty job openings there. So do it. Renege on the deal, screw over UNC, and come back to the NFL. It's what everybody wants you to do. Do it, Bill.
I mean, for a guy that's his age and has little to do with like the win record, like you only have maybe 2 seasons left. Why wouldn't you go to Dallas?
It's a no-brainer. Who cares? Literally, Bill O'Brien did it to Ohio State last year. Granted, it was for an offensive coordinator position, but whatever. Who cares?
I mean, do you think that his whole aura and the Bill Belichick brand would be ruined if he's just said, UNC, see you later, I'm going to Dallas?
I don't think it at all. I think it would enhance it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it would enhance his win at any cost mentality and that he used them semi to get his own. I don't think anybody that in the NFL would care. Or the average fan. I don't think they would care. If somebody offered you a better job, you would take it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm going to go with my opening take, and that is Boston. We have a problem. I wrote a beautiful blog on simplemindsports.com. The Celtics have a problem, and since starting the new year, they're 4-3. The 3-point percentage is down. Their turnovers are up. What is the big glaring hole that we see with the Celtics, and what is wrong with them? I think Bobby will know the answer to this, but when we get into that segment, we will dive in deeper. But Boston is reeling right now, and it's not a good look for the Celtics at the defending NBA champs. But like I said, Bobby, the show rundown will be Mike Vrabel, the new sheriff in town. Boston, we have a problem. What's wrong with the Celtics? Up and down the totem pole with Chief Bobby. He gives us his ups and downs of the week. A comedy segment called Career Day, where the boys discuss some careers they wish they would have seen the other co-hosts go. Rich isn't here, but we have some doozies for you, and we're going to finish off the show. We're going to finish off the show with Simplest Minds of the Week. Welcome, YouTube. I mean, we look good. I think we look good. Bobby, I'm not even going to address the new room that you're in because that's just old. Wherever you're listening, please like, subscribe, review, tell your friends, tell your mothers, your favorite platform, podcast platform. What else? The newsletter. Yes, the newsletter. The latest content, top 5, behind the paywall. There's new merch. Sammy Stacks, maybe we'll have her again this week. We'll see. But yeah, go to our paywall. Just sign up. All you got to do is put your email in every week. You get the latest blogs, videos, merchandise, you name it. So yeah, do that. But Bobby?
Yes.
Welcome to the show.
The Celtics are dumb front-running pussies. This is the same team they have been for 4 years running.
Well, my worst nightmare came true. Missoula and Mayo are friends. What the fuck? Apparently they've known each other since Virginia. They have these docking sessions where they talk about ball and managing people.
Vacation. I'm gonna quay all these. I'm gonna fucking watch them this week.
Do you say quay?
Is it not quay?
It's Q. It's Q. It's Q-U-E. You idiot.
It's my great honor to introduce you all to the next head coach of the New England Patriots, Mike Vrabel.
You guys could put your cameras down and clap a little bit. Some of you familiar faces that I remember from back in the day, but that's okay.
Yeah, motherfucker, stand up and applaud me, you sons of bitches. I'm here to save the goddamn day.
Just right off the bat, you could tell the guy is an asshole.
Oh, and I love it. I'm here for it. But Bobby, if you go on social media, which you don't have, and if you go and listen to Boston Sports Radio, there is a divide amongst fans. Some people are ecstatic for this. Some people are very pissed off. They don't think this is a right hire. I ask you, Bobby, is Mike Vrabel the right choice as head coach for the New England Patriots for the 2025 season?
He's the right coach for the right here and right now for a few reasons. One, the New England Patriots are an absolute dumpster fire, and they need an adult in the room. We just went through this strange time in the Matrix where there's something called Jerod Mayo was the head coach. It feels like when that introductory press conference for Vrabel was done, that it should have been last year. But for whatever reason, he's the right candidate for these reasons. We need to have someone that can just come in and reset the franchise and get everything in order. We don't really have the ability to go for a home run swing for someone like a Ben Johnson right now that could provide us. He has more upside. That's 100% true. But we need an adult in the room that can kind of take over the franchise and lead us into. We just need to get back to the middle of the road first. And really, that's the main thing. That's what we need. We couldn't afford a home run swing. We just took one and struck out.
Because you couldn't. Because after when Belichick left, that's when you take the home run swing. Because 20 plus years of having Bill Belichick here, you wanted something new. You wanted a new voice. You wanted a whole new scheme, planning. You wanted a player first, players coach kind of thing. And they went with Jerod Mayo, which was a swing and a whiff. You could have taken Ben Johnson last year, but you didn't want to pay that kind of money because you went to a trip with Jerod Mayo in Israel, Mr. Kraft. So, yeah, you had to go back to square one. You had to get a czar that is going to be the judge, jury, and executioner, and that is Mike Vrabel. And that's what this team absolutely 110% need right now for 2025.
Yeah, absolutely. You listen to his introductory press conference. He had a lot of good points. He was talking about a lot of other things that maybe you wouldn't have heard him talk about. He was talking about offense, talking about philosophies, talking about analytics, talking about bringing the Patriots into the new millennium. He talked about addressing the offensive line, affecting the quarterback on defense, things that we don't do, haven't done. So it's clear that he has a plan. I think one thing's clear. He's going to blow out all the malcontents. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a 50% roster over turnover next year. We'll see what happens. But there will be a baseline of accountability, and I think the team will look different next year. And it's what they need, and we just need someone with experience because we've been off the rails.
Yeah, absolutely. I threw up this stat in the email. I'm not going to show it on the video, but people are very worried about the offense moving forward. But just look at the 2020 and 2021 seasons when Mike Vrabel was in Tennessee. He was like second overall in 2020 for offensive yards. Like passing was up. Everything was up. Like he can lead an offense if you have the right people there. Like you had Ryan Tannehill behind center and you were the second best offense in the NFL. I mean, so I don't understand why people are worried about Mike Vrabel coming here and how his offense is going to be stale and like you need someone better with an offensive mind. Like, no, you'll be fine. I think you're going to be just fine with Mike Vrabel here.
These people, they're idiots. First of all, they think that everything is all about a high-flying offense. That isn't what football is. It leans more offense in the way that that's the way the rules are structured, but football is still the same thing. If you look at it, scoring is actually down. Time of possession is up. Running the football is up. It's still just about being efficient when you have the ball and then playing defense and not turning the ball over. That's what it's about. The teams that don't lose the game and don't make the mistakes are the ones that win the game. Look at the Chiefs. All they do is not lose the game, and Patrick Mahomes wins it at the end because he's a great player. That's what he's going to try and develop this team into. They have a couple pieces. Let's see what they do here in the offseason. The only thing that worries me is the front office structure. That seems a little squirrely at the moment, and we still have to figure out the coordinator situation. I'm not entirely sold on McDaniels. I've warmed up to the idea a little bit, but
well, great segue. Great segue because Rich wrote a beautiful blog on SimpleMindSports.com titled "Bring Me McDaniels." Do you share the same sentiment that Rich has? That it's pretty much Josh McDaniels or bust for offense coordinator now.
Well, here's the thing. So I think it's McDaniels versus the field, but they can't just go out and hire this guy. Raymond, is anybody else going to hire Josh McDaniels?
No.
Yeah. Okay. Exactly. That's my point. So they need to go out and still have an exhaustive review of everybody else, and he still might be the best candidate for this in a similar way that Vrabel was the best candidate. He's going to be an adult in the room, and for the next several years, they'll be able to be a middle of the road team and have a functioning offense. I think if your plan is to bring him in for a few years and then dump him for somebody better, I can live with that once he gets them on the middle of the road, but can't tell me that the best candidate is somebody that nobody else will hire, because he's not getting another job this year other than the Patriots job, right?
Pretty much, because he lives in Massachusetts. His kids
Yeah.
go to school in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Like, pretty much, he doesn't
It's
want to
his
uproot him.
dream-
I think they're in
it's his
high
dream
school,
job.
right? They're in high school. So basically, like, if he came here, like, he doesn't want to go anywhere else. It's basically New England, or I'm staying home, not doing anything, feet up. Give me some, like, some sort of TV jobs or radio jobs or something like that, because he's not going anywhere. So, yeah, I like what you said. You have to go out there. You have to do your due diligence. You have to go out there, find some, like, candidates, bring them in, see what kind of philosophy they have, see if they're going to gel with Mike Vrabel and what he has to offer. But, yeah, you have to go through the coaching carousel and see what you can get. You know, who's the top guy after interviewing 5+ guys.
Yeah. It made sense why they moved quick on Vrabel, because if not, he would have gotten one of these other jobs. This is now that the Cowboys.
Oh, no, because it sounds like Tom Brady didn't ask to interview him, because pretty much Vrabel told him, like, I'm going back to New England. Like, you can't get me to go here because I'm going to
I know
New
that
England.
he said that in confidence, but it doesn't mean that another team couldn't have come in and offered him $20 million a year. So you don't know that with new jobs coming up. If the Bills lose next week, who knows? The Bills jobs open up, or the Eagles job opens up, and then they go get Vrabel. So they kind of had to make a move to lock him in. I understand that, because he actually had leverage. McDaniels,
he did go to the
no
Jets.
leverage.
I'm sorry, but he did go to the Jets. He did go to Chicago for interviews. So it's not like he was just one and done in New England. He did his self a favor and went out and talked to other teams. So
I agree. And he set that standard up. Vrabel did make it clear that this is the job that he wanted, just like McDaniels is making it clear that this is the job he wanted. Just the difference is Vrabel had options. I don't believe that McDaniels does. So they have to go and interview everybody.
And I'm not deep in the carousel of, like, who's available for offensive coordinators or who would be best fit here. Like, obviously Josh McDaniels is a sexy name because he's from here. He's been here. He won Super Bowls here. So that's why I think everyone wants him. But there's some people that just say, he's a run first kind of offensive coordinator. He's going to fail
fine.
here.
That doesn't bother me. That
doesn't bother me at all. You'd want that. You want to build a line. You want to build from the inside out. You want to build up that line. You want to get some receivers. You want to get better tight ends. If that running game is all you can rely on, then fuck it. Go for it. If that's going to win you games, then do it. If that's going to be your philosophy, do it. But
yeah,
who cares?
Yeah, with McDaniels, I mean, listen, I throw out the head coaching stuff. I don't think that even applies. He's obviously a terrible head coach. Yeah. I kind of almost more look towards like the Cam Newton year. Like, yep. They still had a viable offense that year with a shit. Their best tight end was who? Ryan Izzo, Demir Bird was their best receiver. They still had a viable offense that year.
Look what he did. I
do believe that he could do it.
Look what he did with Mac Jones his rookie year. I mean,
he did.
Do you think Drake May is better than Mac Jones going into year 2?
Oh yeah, 100%.
I mean, I think he could do a lot of great things with Drake May. I think he would help him out tremendously. Yeah. But as we said, Vrabel did have his press conference, and I took some clips out. I got probably like 3 or 4 for you, so I'm going to play them, and then we're going to discuss.
We're going to earn the right to be here every day. We're going to remove entitlement from our football team. We're going to get everything that we've earned from the head coach to the position coaches, all the way down to the players. And we're going to earn the right to be here every single day.
Bobby, the $1 million question. Who is that directed to?
All those cunty wide receivers, your Kayshon Bouttys, your Kendrick Bournes, the entire receiver room, pretty much, is what I believe.
I would even go with the secondary room. I think the secondary, other than Christian Gonzalez, I mean, all those guys, Duggar, fuck. I mean, the linebacking core, Tavai.
Yep.
Your offensive line, name any one of them. I mean, they all
a lot of them. They were all entitled douchebags last year with their fucking comments. Godshaw, you said it. Tavai, like,
I think it's pretty much the whole team except for Drake May, maybe Stevenson, maybe Hunter Henry.
Yeah, Gibson. He seems like he was a stand-up guy. A couple of the linemen, your Andrews, your Bentleys, the captains that were hurt.
Yeah.
Other than those guys, yeah, everybody else.
But doesn't that sound way better than when Mayo came in and say, you know what, everyone, we're going to collaborate. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. You know, I'm going to take everyone's input. Nope. You're all your entitlement. It's fucking gone. We're starting over from square one. And guess what? Nobody's better than anyone. And you're going to earn your shit. Like that made me feel pretty good.
Yeah. Jerod Mayo's press conference was more about a celebration that Bill Belichick was gone. That's what that was. It was this big happy thing where Bill is gone, the big baddie's gone. It was all his fault. And it was this sort of a celebration. That press conference was about going back to work. Yeah. It's like, yeah, you guys had fun for a year, right? Okay, yeah, fun's over.
Yeah. No more about this fun football. If you don't like to work hard, get down and dirty, like, see you later. We'll send you somewhere else. But that's who I want. That's what I want. Men in here that are going to come in every day, work their ass off, and just work and grind and get wins.
Yeah, there'll be, I don't know what the term is, surprise cuts. There'll be surprise moves. There'll be guys gone from this team last year that we won't expect. Or you wouldn't think because they were key contributors.
No. I think we're all going to see the writing on the wall once they start getting let go and be like, I get it. I get it. This guy thought he was better than everyone else. He thought he was entitled. See you later. It's not going to work.
There'll be trades where they trade a guy for a seventh, or and it gets
something stupid like that. Yeah, where you just get a bag of balls back and whatever.
Exactly.
Here's another clip for you.
Excited to get to work. Excited to meet the people in this building that have made this place special. Find out what they need. Find out how I can help them. How I can help them do their job better, how we can enhance the stuff that we do well, and then find out what the areas of focus are and get to work. I want to galvanize our football team. I want to galvanize this building. I want to galvanize our fans. And the most important thing are the players. There's some of them right here. I want to provide a program that provides their ownership, but also their accountability of each other. And one that they'll be proud to be a part of.
Thoughts?
Yeah, he actually had a plan of how he wants to run the team. Jerod Mayo never talked about that.
No, he didn't. He just talked about Thunder. Oh, him and Thunder were buddies.
Like, he talked about nothing the whole time. It was full of corporate nonsense, which we called out. Toot toot. But he actually talked about how he wanted to go about his business.
No, the press conference with Mayo last year was all about pretty much, Bill Belichick did this for 20 years and that things are going to change. I want to bring a positive attitude, blah, blah. And Vrabel's like, that shit don't work. We're all going to work hard. We're all going to come together. I'm going to galvanize this whole fucking region back to where we need to be, with the promised land where we're going to win games and we got to play in January and shit like that. So, yeah, I liked it.
Loved it.
You guys are going to ask me questions about culture, which I'll be happy to talk about and discuss. Can find out what your culture looks like when your family, your business, or your team is at its low point. It's not when you're winning Super Bowls, or it's not when you're 7-1 or 10-1, because then everybody's waving towels and everybody's happy and they're excited to come to work. But when you get hit in the mouth, or you're down, or the chips are against you, then you can take a snapshot of what your company or your team looks like, and then you'll find out what kind of culture you have.
Our culture right now, shit.
Exactly.
Dumpster fire. I mean, you're building up now. And like you said, he remembers what that stadium used to look like when January football came around and how that place was electric. Now, the last home games of the season, that place was empty. It was dead. Yep. So he knows the culture needs to be changed. He knows what needs to happen. I'm pretty excited for the 2025 season there, Bobby. I don't know about you.
I'm excited as well.
It's a 40-plus minute introduction press conference with Vrabel. Talks about having a plan, adjusting the culture, have his players buy in. Night and day from what we saw from Mayo, like I said earlier. This makes you ecstatic right now. The big question comes now with, will Kraft spend? Can they hit a home run in the draft? And can Elliott Wolf and Ryan Crowan, he worked with Mike Vrabel in Tennessee, work together to bring this all together? Like, the bundle, like everything's going to come together. Can this all happen? Year one.
So it really depends on what their plan is. If they're going to go for a whole lot of roster turnover, they got to bring in a whole lot of people. So it depends on what's their approach. Are they just going to look to add a few high-end pieces? Are they going to blow everything out and then just bring in new guys? What's their goal next year? Are they just going to try and win as many games as they possibly can? So are they going to try and add players to do that? Or are they going to go for the slow build with bringing in young guys and build it up? It depends on what their goals are. Their schedule's really, really soft next year. There's games to be had. And I'm sure Kraft is itching for some victories. So I think that they're going to try and walk a line between blowing out as many of the guys that they can, bringing in young guys that they think they can compete. And I'm sure that they're going to try and add a piece or two, like a high-end one.
I agree. I don't think it's going to. You're not going to build Rome in a day. Obviously not.
No,
you're not going to go to the Super. You're not going to go. You're not going to be a Super Bowl contender. Yes, the schedule's easy. Yes, there's a new guy in town where he's going to have a better philosophy than that Jerod Mayo did last year. I think you're going to see Kraft spend money regardless because obviously he said he hates losing.
Absolutely.
There's been a movement of people just saying like Kraft's cheap. He doesn't spend money. I think a lot of things are coming off the books next year. Obviously, you have the top cap space in the NFL next year. I think this is a playoff team. I think if you look at the big picture, this should be a wild card team next year. We're not going to win the AFC East. That's the Buffalo Bills.
Wild card's a stretch. That's just, I think if they can get, I think 8 games is realistic, but
you don't think they can be the 7th best team in the AFC?
I would be surprised.
With that cupcake schedule,
I know they do.
Kraft going out there spending money and having Vrabel with Crowan now. I believe that's his name, right? Crowan. Working together. I think he's going to have a great philosophy and a great team to bring into the 2025 season.
Without seeing what they do, that's difficult for me to say that they're going to win that many more games. I mean, trust me, I obviously hope they do. I think it'd be a success if they get to 7, 8. That'd be a huge success. Double your win total. And
of course.
That'd be a success. I mean, trust me, if they get to a wild card team, I'd be thrilled. I would need to see a few moves before I can say that. I'm confident in saying that they'll be better. They'll win at least 6 games next year. I think winning 6 games would still be a disappointment, though.
Yeah, Phil Perry said it best, though. I think it was last night on NBC Sports Boston. Basically, you got to hit your top needs like right away in free agency. Obviously, the draft's in late April. You got to start hitting those fucking needs right away. You should see a left tackle getting a boatload of money here in New England day one. Whoever that is, whatever big acquisition that could be for left tackle, that's who it is. Even if you have to make some trades to get that guy, left tackle, number 1. You want to protect Drake May, almost Mac Jones. Holy shit. Other than that, you got to build that line. I mean, obviously, everyone wants T. Higgins. I would much rather see someone go, you get a left tackle, a right tackle, boom. I think you just set the whole offensive line right there on day 1 if you can get those 2 guys in free agency.
Yeah, no, they need to focus on line play in general. If they were defensive line, offensive line, they need big, nasty people that can move men on the other side because they didn't have that. They got bullied all year, and that's how you win games in the trenches. You can find guys to run routes, and Drake May can make plays, and just they need to put their money in the lines.
For average fans, like that's not going to be like a sexy pick, but for like diehard Patriots fans, if you see
average fans are
left
idiots.
tackle and right tackle come off the board day 1 with big deals, like young, late 20s, has experience in the NFL. You're not getting these old guys on last leg of their deals or whatever. You're getting these young kids that you can build around for 5-6 years or whatever. Fuck yeah, that would move the needle for Patriots Nation in a heartbeat.
No, it would. No, the average fan is a moron. They don't know what they want. They don't know what they need. They need to listen to people like us to be told what they need.
Sounds like my wife, Bobby. After that, we're going to do a quick break and come back with the Celtics segment titled Boston, We Got a Problem. Bobby, I ask you, do the Celtics have a problem right now? They are playing. Yeah, they are. They played an ugly game last night.
They're going through a midlife crisis in the middle of the season. They don't even know what the fuck they're doing. They literally forgot how to play Missoula ball. They're assholes.
Oh, no, they're playing Missoula ball still, and I think that's the problem. The Celtics lost an ugly game last night to the Toronto Raptors. They are 4-3 in 2025. They're shooting 27% from three-point land, averaging 12.4 turnovers in that span. Bobby, is it just a Joe Mazzulla problem, or is there more to it?
Well, they're obviously cold shooting, so that's clear that they're cold shooting, and their cold shooting is taking them to drive inside. And then when they go to drive inside, then they're missing those shots, and they're all discombobulated from what they're supposed to be doing, which is making threes. That they're giving up transition points, so they're all fucked up, and they don't listen to their dumbass coach because he doesn't know how to tell them to fix it. He doesn't know how to get them an easy basket because he doesn't understand basketball because he's a fucking nerd.
Totally agree. I was at the game on Sunday against the Pelicans. I brought my son to his first game. Pelicans probably were the worst team in the NBA on the Western Conference, and they made that a game. It was exciting because
I'm sure it was a
they're
fun game
live.
to watch.
It was a fun game to watch, but I'm looking at my son. I'm like, they should be blowing this team out right now. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, they were missing their threes. They were making stupid mistakes. Like, this doesn't look like the defending NBA champions.
They have no energy. They have no energy. Their defensive effort, calling it an effort, is they don't even try. They don't even have the ability to stop themselves when they start going in one direction. They won't even stop if the other guy goes the other way. They just keep fucking going. Like they don't even try on defense.
They don't. And the living and dying by the three is getting real old, because if you can't make them, like, after a while, if you go cold, start driving, start just making easier shots. And they don't. They just keep going back to that stupid 3-point offense, which when it hits, it's beautiful. You're going to blow teams out. But when you're slumping like you are right now in 2025, you got a problem. And I don't know if they can fix it.
Well, shooting will go cold. That's a normal thing in basketball when the shots fall or not. There are ways to counteract that. You counteract it with energy on the defensive end. They aren't doing that. You counteract it with a more aggressive drive approach where you're drawing fouls, shooting free throws, or running different plays, pick and rolls, for example, or any type of other two-man games that you could do. They don't do that.
Mm-mm.
They don't do any type of offensive sets that isn't just ball movement and threes to
that's all this. That's
lead
all,
into transition defense.
Bobby, you might want to say that quietly, because the rest of the NBA might listen to this and just figure it out that that's all they do. They move the ball, look for the open guy at three, and then they shoot it. And then hopefully it goes in. If not, maybe we can get the offensive rebound and we'll do it all over again. That's their whole philosophy.
They don't do anything. Joe Mazzulla sucks. He's a terrible coach. He is no better than Jerod Mayo, other than he inherited the best roster in the NBA. If you gave Jerod, it's like Jerod Mayo would look like Nick Sirianni on the Eagles, because Nick Sirianni is about equally of a boob as Jerod Mayo. He just has a great roster.
I totally agree. So yeah, like I said, I was at the game. There's no adjustments, like you said. There's no adjustments whatsoever. Tatum is the lone bright spot on this
I saw the
stretch.
one photo you had where he was holding a clipboard.
I sent that to you just to piss you off. Did it work?
Yeah, I know, and it did. Fuck you.
Thank you. Tatum's the only lone bright spot in this stretch, leading the team in all major categories. Is a shakeup needed? I'm not saying like trade or anything like that, but do you like sit someone and bring someone up, like a younger guy, like make Peyton Pritchard start instead of Derek White, or have, I don't know, Xavier Tillman? No, he's not there anymore, is he? Tillman?
All right.
No, anyways, I'm just saying, like, just bring a bench guy up and then have them start. Yeah, he's gone. But that's what I'm saying. Like, these guys are just like walking through the motions, thinking they can go straight back to the finals when they really can't. Like, they actually have to try. You're going to start getting the best of the best, like from the Toronto Raptors, from the New Orleans Pelicans, from the Sacramento Kings. Like, that's what they don't understand, is that now that you're the champs, you're going to have to like actually work harder to go back to the NBA finals.
Yeah, I mean, a shakeup needs to happen, and whatever it is, the team is relatively healthy. They have all the players available. Like, maybe they're nicked up, maybe they got this going on. I mean, you look at their past 7 games. Like, it wasn't like they were on some 8-game West Coast swing. Like, most of them were home games, and the away games were all Mid-Atlantic. Like, it's not that big of a deal. There wasn't that many back-to-backs. Like, they shouldn't be like this tired that they are. Like, whatever it is, it's more of a malaise. They've had 2 or 3 days off in between games. Mazzulla has to have his finger on the pulse and figure out what's going on. Like, does he need to ride their ass? Do they need an aggressive practice? Does he have to choose somebody out? Like, does somebody need a benching? If not, then I don't know. Just like you said, throw in Pritchard and let him just fucking jack threes all day.
You know who could use the benching? And I'm probably going to piss a lot of people off when I say this, but Jaylen Brown needs a benching. Jaylen Brown is struggling right now. He looks like complete shit out there on the court. Like, his effort, he's turning the ball over once again. He's trying to drive to the lane. He's trying to do too much. And it's actually,
he looks like the Jaylen Brown of 2 years ago.
Yeah. He doesn't look like last year's $1
No.
million man, with that big contract and, peacocking around and all that shit. Like, he is going back to
I think
his old
Nike
ways.
got to him. I think that's what happened. I think Nike finally got in his head.
Olympics got to him, the Olympic snub. Nike got to him, it's all that shit.
It's also his new shoe. It looks terrible. Have you seen that dumbass thing? That's bad.
Yeah, I mean, who designed that? Who
No,
allowed that? Like, why
it looks like a toddler's like LA Lights shoe. It looks like shit.
Ooh, I never thought of that, but yeah, it does actually.
Doesn't it look like that?
Yeah. But would you be pissed off if Joe Mazzulla said, "Hey, Jalen, you're gonna sit for a couple games, like you're gonna come off the bench, not like be benched, but you'll be the sixth man."
Mazzulla doesn't have the nuts to pull that off. Are you kidding me? To bench him, Jaylen Brown would look at him and go, "No," and he'd walk right out there and start. Are you kidding me? You wouldn't listen to him. Mazzulla doesn't have the nuts for that.
Bobby, the last question. I'm sure Green Teamers are going to say it's only January, no need to panic, but seems like the Cavs aren't having these issues right now. They're the best team in the NBA. The Thunder aren't having this issue, the best team in the Western Conference. I don't think the panic button should be pressed, but the hand should be hovering over that panic button right now. Yes?
Yeah, those two teams are good examples of young teams on the come up with something to prove. The Celtics, as you can hear in our opening segment every day, are dumb front-running pussies. So once and that's what they're acting like right now. They feel as if they've already earned it. They have nothing to prove in their eyes. So they are playing as such with lifeless and no energy. And that is where the coach comes in and is supposed to do something about it, but he doesn't because he blows.
That's great. I think I figured out why Rich couldn't make the show tonight. Maybe he's getting all worked up because he's been watching the Celtics a lot lately.
That's possible.
Getting stomach aches. When he gets angry, he gets shits. Just saying, Bobby. Just saying.
IBS is a thing, and if that's what he has, and if he's angry and he's angry shitting in his bed, I hope he's angry shitting in his bed live listening to us.
Yeah, probably not. He probably is just no. He's just going to critique this afterwards.
No, but hopefully he'll listen to it later, and if so, feel better.
Feel better. Up and down the totem pole with Chief Bobby right after this. It's all you, Bobby. You like that?
I was looking away, and then I saw that picture at the end there. That was good. I like that.
Thank you. I was very bored today.
Yeah.
When I started feeling better, I'm like, I got to do some stuff.
Yeah, good for you. That's good. You went home and you had some energy. Good for you.
Oh, I didn't even go to work.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You were home, but you still had some energy to do some things.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Bobby. That means a lot. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
This is you. All you.
All right. So the first up, Jaden Daniels. He's clearly the best player from the NFL draft, leads the Commanders to their first postseason victory since 2005, right before RG3's knee exploded.
Couldn't agree more. Agree more. Jalen Daniels, best player out of that draft, best quarterback out of that draft. Huge positive. Huge up.
Yeah. Leads me to a down. The Sam Darnold. Past two games turned into Sam Darnold again, a playoff meltdown. Obviously cost himself millions of dollars, and it turns out he still blows.
And apparently he still sees ghosts, too, because he was seeing ghosts in Arizona against the Rams, because that was bad.
That was really bad, yeah, especially coming off a game where they were supposed to have a home game. Half of their city is on fire. They had to go to Arizona, and they still absolutely demolished the Vikings.
How funny is it, though, that State Farm was in the news for not getting these people fire insurance, like the whole fire thing, and then the Rams had to go play at State Farm Stadium?
That is pretty funny. You heard about, was State Farm the insurance company that canceled a bunch of people right before the fires?
Yes.
Those fucking assholes. I fucking hate insurance companies. Oh, don't even fucking get me started on what these scumbags do. They fucking canceled my homeowner's insurance. Fuck you, farmers, you fucking pieces of shit. Whatever.
And everyone wonders why that guy shot the CEO.
Yeah, that guy.
We don't do politics.
Good job. Good fucking job. All right. Down. Dallas Cowboys. They got rid of McCarthy, and for some reason, they've been linked to Deion Sanders as their head coach. Raymond, this is what happens when you let Grampy drive.
That is the dumbest move. If they make that happen, that is going
to
I hope that
either Bill Belichick or Deion Sanders are coaching that team.
Well, why? Do you think Bill Belichick would have a worse season?
No, I think he would do just fine. I think it would be very interesting and entertaining for Bill Belichick to be there. I think it would be as equally and entertaining if Deion Sanders is there, just for the opposite reason. He would blow.
Oh, he's going to make that franchise look terrible. I don't think he's a very good coach. I think basically he should stay in college because you can take the best kids. I think he's very good at coaching kids, not adults, not men. When that shit's not going to work in the NFL, man.
No, anybody can coach college. Really, all you're doing is recruiting. You just get guys to go in there and play. Then you get some coordinators that just drop some plays and let them go do it. He
Especially
can't
with
coach in the
NIL
NFL.
money.
Hell no.
The NIL money that they get now too. Like all you got to do is pay everyone else and say, "Hey, come here."
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
It's a totally different world. But if he goes to the Cowboys, it would be probably on par with Urban Meyer as the single worst season hire, and you can throw Jerod Mayo in there too.
Yeah.
For 1 year.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of Mayo and being an asshole, the New England Patriots. They hired a respectable head coach from the worst team in the league. Big move, and we're able to have an opening press conference without calling the owner Thunder.
That was the best part, you know. And when you saw Robert Kraft, like he kind of had his tail between his legs when he had to go through that with Mike Vrabel. Pretty much, this is my new coach. Yeah, last year didn't fucking work out. I'm an idiot.
Whoops.
You know, you go have a conversation, a heart-to-heart with someone on a trip to Israel. It just doesn't, you know. I thought I had the guy, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
I have to do this all over again. I look like
we all
an
know
idiot
it is
right
all
here.
Robert Kraft's fault. He is a dick.
Mm-hmm.
All right, another down. This one is excellent. Not only is it universally agreed upon that now Caleb Williams was the worst of the quarterbacks from the first round this year, he was also pranked by a group of kids who called him or text him pretending to be Ben Johnson. Then when he believed it, they FaceTimed him to tell him how much of an asshole he is.
Oh my God.
You got it? Hey, Caleb, it's me, Ben Johnson.
Come to the Dolphins, bro.
No, shut up. Hey, you're a great QB, but I'm so glad that you're gonna get a new head coach. I don't know if it's Ben Johnson, but I'm sorry about this.
All good. Peace out.
Hey, the
Sorry
nails are
about that.
tough.
You're a goat, bro.
Peace out.
The best
Peace
part
out.
is that he actually smiles. He thinks it's funny that he got fucking pranked. I mean, he is a kid, so whatever.
Does he think it was funny that he got pranked, or did he not know that they were videotaping the FaceTime call? And now that it's blowing up, he looks like
I'm sure he's pissed off now.
Now
but yeah,
he's pissed. Now
I'm sure he's
very
pissed off now. But I mean,
Yeah.
the kid's fucking 21. He probably thought it was kind of funny that a kid fucking pranked him because he's probably done a lot of dumbass shit too.
How the fuck did these kids get his phone numbers the first?
I don't know. I mean, it's probably I don't know how they did, but it probably can't.
They should be on the up. Those kids on the up. On the up.
Yeah,
list.
they are. We should.
They're
You
good.
know what we should do, Raymond? Message those kids and see what other phone numbers they could get us.
Ooh.
Bring them on the show. Actually, invite them on the show.
Hey, how did you guys do that? We're almost
Yeah.
in our 40s.
No, could you
How did
please
you
tell us
fucking
how
do
you
that?
do that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
How
can we call somebody else? Yeah,
Yeah.
let's call him.
Do it
Call
again.
Caleb again.
Do it again. Do it again.
Yeah.
Do you think he changed his phone number real quick?
I assume he would just block those assholes.
You'd assume. You'd assume.
Yeah, maybe. And the final and most important up, my dong. Raymond, I had sex twice this weekend.
So come October, you're going to take another maternity break? You get in that?
No. As stated, that problem cannot occur again.
Well, congratulations, Bobby.
Thank you.
It's the 16th day of January, and I still haven't had sex.
I'm up 2-0 on you.
You are. Good for
Yep.
you. Career day.
I'm going to
right
count from now on, and I will have a final tally by the end of 2025.
I guarantee you mine might be in single digits or in the teens.
I hope you get there.
Me too. Career day right after this. Bobby, welcome to Career Day.
That was a good one.
Thank you. I got this idea when I was listening to the show back and listening to the Hooters girl that got arrested for DWI and how she was just going off on the cop. And I thought to myself, man, that'd be pretty funny if it was Rich, like dealing with this girl, because you know how Rich is so condescending. You know, he likes to belittle people. Like if you're being dumb, he's not afraid to tell you you're fucking dumb. So that was my first thought. Officer McPhee, like beer in hand, coming down, fucking arresting you, saying, hey, why don't you take this breathalyzer as he's cracking open another Coors Original, you know? Like, it just gave me, like, the idea, like, that would be so funny if Rich was actually a cop. Like, how, like, condescending would that be? Like, a guy that, like, drinks, fucking doesn't give a fuck about anything is giving you a ticket for something like that. Like that was my first instinct. That's how I came up with this career day kind of thing.
I think it's pretty funny. I like it.
Thank you. So that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna go around,
Sure.
say different jobs that you think that would be funny or we missed our calling at.
Excellent. So when I was thinking about you, I was thinking about what traits do you have that I think that would be good. And one thing that's really good about Raymond is thick skin. Can't get to the man. Very thick skin. Nothing bothers him. So the job that I had for you was White House press secretary. You take anything that those scumbags have, and you'll stand right up there and take it. Just exactly like the president would need you to. Yeah. I think that would be your best big boy job that you could handle.
Thank you. That was very good. That makes me feel very good about myself.
I think you could do it, Raymond.
Bobby, since you went to me, I'm going to go to you now. Since you went on your ups, your last up was having sex. I could see you as Bobby. I could see you as Bobby Sins. You know who Johnny Sins is? I could see you as Bobby Sins. I think you missed your calling as a porn star. I mean, you just walk in there with your chiseled Native American body and all the girls flock to you and have the best rapid sex that they've ever had in their entire lives. Like, you missed your calling. I think you would have been an excellent porn star. Like one of those guys where you could be watching him fuck the girl and be like, it's not gay that I'm watching this. And that's an attractive man right there, you know?
Yeah. I could do worse.
Yeah, absolutely. You got another one?
Sweet. Yeah, certainly. So for McPhee, again, I did the same thing. I thought about what's an attribute that he has that would translate well into another profession. As we all right know now, he's a corporate shill, as am I, and there's no skills required to do that, just general cuntiness. So what does he also love to do? Argue about things that he doesn't care about or believe, but he makes you think that he does, and he will argue them to the death, which why he would be a phenomenal defense attorney.
Ooh, I like that.
He would argue the shit out of you.
No, it would have been cool if he was like a little older when this happened, and he was Apquitz's attorney. How ironic would that be?
I mean, yeah, I don't know if
imagine him trying to defend that.
I don't know if he would have accepted that case, but
you'd have to. What if they said, "Hey, man, you got to do it"?
Well, I don't think he's a public defender. That's different. I mean, I think maybe he would have his own firm where he could choose his own clients.
Okay,
maybe or not.
Speaking of Rich, so you're taking like what their attributes would be. Yeah, mine is just like out of pure like joy and like how I think you react and fun. Imagine Dr. McPhee telling you got cancer or you have diabetes when you're obese. Hey, fat fuck, you got diabetes. You're going to lose your leg. Like just shit like that. Like, can you just see him like trying to have a straight face? You wouldn't have a straight face. You'd just be laughing his ass off being like, yeah, you're going to die in a couple of years and your fucking leg's going to fall off. So be it. Take care. Make sure you see the receptionist for your next visit. Bye-bye.
Didn't his dentist tell him he had diabetes?
See, I remember that. And then he says, what are you talking about? I never said that.
He specifically said his dentist said he might have diabetes.
Yes. And then he go through all this procedure to see if he had diabetes. Yeah, but then he the next time we talked to him, he's like, I never said that. I was like, yes, you did. Yes, you did.
So he also has Alzheimer's, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are the two that I had.
Oh, perfect. Well, let me keep going because I have three more. Bobby, you missed your calling. Magic Vine. Magic Vine, the stripper. I think Bobby would have been an excellent stripper, a Chippendales dancer. Vinny from Jersey Shore is doing it now. Like Bobby could have been headlining Vegas or doing one of these shows, or you call him for a nice little night out on the town for a bachelorette party. Like Bobby Vine. Magic Vine. Like that was a good one, I thought.
Yeah. No, I mean, obviously I'm all about sexual intercourse, and that would get me closer to it.
Yeah. The last one for Rich I have would be teacher, Mr. McPhee. Imagine him teaching the youth of America just about little Johnny asks his question, why is the sky blue? Bitch, it's blue because of this. That's his why. Like he'd be so mean to these kids, but I think he would shape America to have tougher kids.
Yeah, we would need somebody like that. Yeah.
Right. Like this would be an actually good job for Rich because he would brighten the future for the youth of America, I think.
Yeah, no, I think it would be a good job. He actually cares. He comes off like an asshole, but he does care. He is compassionate. So I think he would instill some good, tough love into these young dweebs.
Yep. Last one, self-explanatory for Vine. The Village People, the very best. You know, you give him the Indian costume, and he just goes and does the YMCA whenever you ask him to do. And Macho Man, yeah, that's what I think he lost.
That was obvious. I should have seen that coming.
You should have seen that coming, but you didn't.
Yep.
But yeah, that's career day, folks. Quick and simple, but I got a laugh. Did you?
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Perfect.
Well done, Randy.
Thank you. Simplest minds of the week. Right after this.
Oh, back to school to prove to Dad that I'm not a fool.
I will say, I don't know if you can tell by looking at me, I do have family members with Down syndrome. It almost got me. I dodged it, but it nicked me. Bit of a day walker myself.
Are you stupid or something? I'm as stupid as stupid does.
All right, simplest minds of the week. First one comes from Toronto at a Raptors game where they made a little boy very upset.
Pre-game, something happened that just isn't right. What happened? And the Warriors are going to try to make things right. This kid had a Curry jersey on, right? Oh, no. They made him take it off because he was going to do a thing on the court. He put his Warrior hat and jersey. Yo, this is messed up. They put the Raptor T-shirt on him. Look how sad he is.
So, for all the listeners not watching it, basically the kid, was going to go shoot something or do something, get the game ball out for the tip-off. He's wearing a Steph Curry jersey. Raptors are like, you can't do that because, this is a Raptors home game, so you got to take that off, and they gave him a T-shirt. My problem with this is the Raptors are so fucking bad, they have no one to, put out there, give this kid a jersey for because, who the fuck are you going to root for on the Raptors?
Yeah, you couldn't even. I don't think I can name a single Raptor player, even after recently watching a game.
RJ Barrett. That's the only person I can fucking think
of.
But yeah, what a bad look.
Canadian assholes made that kid take off that shirt.
Yeah, and the kid wasn't fit like you, Bobby. Like he had a little punch to him.
Did they at least get him? Did somebody go up and ask Curry to sign something for him?
I think Curry did do something for the kid after the game.
That's
I don't know what. I don't like the nice of the story. I just like the negative. So, and lastly, I have a little road rage that turns into Suplex City. I don't know if you've seen this, but it is. I've laughed every single time I've watched this. Enjoy.
Let's go! Get out of the door! You want to run the man? Get out! Get out! Get out! I didn't touch you. You were on my gun. Come and touch me because my man's right there. Come and put your hands on me. I ain't driving crazy. It was on my goddamn ass. I went to the other lane. Get out of my face.
Once again, for the people just listening.
Was that a
on the
dude
podcast,
that just punched that woman and suplexed her?
Yes. So basically, a little road rage incident. This lady was cutting him off, or cutting the female off. She gets out of the car, tries to confront the driver, who is a female. Her boyfriend, husband, whoever it is, gets out of the car, comes around and just says, back off. Don't touch my wife or girlfriend. Just go away. You're being a little too aggressive on the road. And she's saying, no. You fuck you. My man's in the car. I'm going to fuck you up, basically. And the guy's like, whatever. And starts walking away. She fucking cheap shots him, slaps him, or punches him in the face. And he says, game on, bitch. Punches her right in the face. She goes around, belly to back suplex, fucking knocks her right on her ass. And then they drive away. Hey, you want to do fucking road rage? That's what you're going to get. That is what is going to happen for road rage.
There's nothing like a good random fight video. They just always look so fucking dumb, but they're funny.
When I saw that, I'm like, yep, simplest minds of the week. Here we are. You have made the list.
Some cold ass city.
Yeah, probably East bumfuck Buffalo or someplace in New York. Or they had that accent, that fucking, get back in the fucking car. And it wasn't Boston because we have no fucking snow down here, but yeah.
Well, whatever. Bunch of tards.
But, Bobby, this is it.
We did it.
We did it. Hopefully, Rich is proud of us. Hopefully, he feels better for next week when we talk about Celtics.
Probably 5 pounds less.
Yeah, but he's still going to look good. He always looks good. So,
yeah.
Next week, come back. We're going to talk Celtics, Bruins, Red Sox. Maybe we'll have some stupid comedy segments, some more simplest minds of the week. But until then, if you like what you heard, you like what you see, subscribe, rate, review, tell your friends, tell your mothers. Check out our newsletter. All you got to do is enter your email. And after that, we do all the work for you. We send you all our blogs, all our videos, all our podcasts, top fives behind the paywall. We read the articles. We summarize them into our dumb little brains, put it out on paper so you don't have to pay for all the stuff. And also, Sammy Stacks, maybe some gambling advice. Maybe. We'll see. But until then, this has been Simple Minds Sports Show, Friday Rewind, January 16th live. Bye-bye.
2-0 me. Woo! Bye.